Britt Baker fans, this is the news that you've been waiting for. In this video I'm going to tell you exactly what that news is and why it's so significant, because Britt Baker is one of us biggest stars, despite the fact that Tony Khan doesn't know how to book her properly on a consistent basis. Going back to 2019, Britt Baker has been the person in the women's division when used, but unfortunately for her and unfortunately for her fan base, doesn't know how to book her very well, very inconsistent. She's on TV, she's of TV. She went on hiatus in 2023 before being sidelined with a legitimate medical situation. Now she's returned. She returned several months back at Forbidden Door, and they rightfully so went straight ahead with her to the biggest feud, in my opinion, that they could book, which was her and Mercedes Moné TBS Championship on the line for Forbidden Door. She made her return, setting up the stage for their epic Allen encounter. For the most part, they built her up very well, having her win matches on television, having her be a strong challenger and a legitimate threat to Mercedes Moné's TBS Championship. However, once we got to All In, well, let's be real, the match sucked. It was not what I expected. It's not what you expected. In fact, Mercedes Moné mentioned in her Moné magazine that the crowd reactions really threw them off. Working inside of a stadium, the sound going up instead of out, it's just not a good scene. Now Britt Baker, since then, well, she's worked one TV match and has been sidelined yet again. Right, she's pulled from the Fatal 4-Way a couple weeks back on Dynamite, setting up the women's title contender for more at Wrestle Dream. Ultimately, Will and Nail won that match. So what is this news that Britt Baker fans have been waiting for? Is it her return to AUT television? No, it's actually something different. Since there have been whispers, it has been playing in the background for a few months. There have been discussions whether or not this is genuine. There have been whispers and conjectures. What is that? It's her relationship with Adam Cole. Adam Cole and Britt Baker have been together for years, dating back to their time in Pittsburgh. Even when Adam Cole was working in NXT, Britt Baker, a top star in AEW, would attend AEW events, so it made sense for him to join AEW in 2021. He had friends in AEW who likely gave him a lot of money at the time, and he was coming off of Vince McMahon wanting to cut his hair and make him a manager. He went to AEW and had a fairly successful career there, despite missing a year due to injury. For months now, there have been rumors that Adam Cole and Britt Baker had a favorable separation, which Adam Cole confirmed in a recent interview with Sports Illustrated. We are no longer a couple, but when I say that we both still love each other and still are friends and still supportive of each other, that could not be more true. I think the world of Britt. I want her to be as happy and successful as humanly possible. I know she feels the exact same way about me. We did decide to go our separate ways, but that doesn't mean that she will not be an incredibly important part of my life. Britt is absolutely one of my best friends. She's someone that I love dearly and will always love dearly, and there is no ill will between me and her whatsoever. And she acknowledged this news in a post on Twitter. She posted a heart as soon as the story went out, so she anticipated that he probably gave her a heads up. Fact, I believe, based off of his comments, based on the fact that they've not taught ill will towards each other publicly, that they're on pretty good terms. Right, they're just people throw apart, people break up, people change, but this has been something that's been going on in the background for quite some time, and it's a good thing that they've confirmed it. Right, put an end to it and stop teaching and speculating. Britt Baker will go on and do her own thing. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I firmly believe that Britt Baker should seriously consider leaving AEW when her contract expires. We don't know when that will be, but based on the bookings she's been in the last few years, she was a breakout star in 2019 and a shining star in 2020 and 2021. Helping to carry the company as women's champion during the pandemic era. However, since 2022 and into 2023 and now 2024, she's been absent from television. First because she wasn't used, and then because of medical issues. Now that she's back, she wants to do big things in this promotion. In fact, prior to her hiatus due to medical issues, she was very vocal about how she wasn't used and had little promo time when she was used. Not only is Britt Baker one of AEW's biggest stars in the women's division, but she's also one of their top talkers overall. Why aren't you making the most of her? Why do you have her under contract if you're not using her? If you don't see significant benefits for her, it could be time for Britt Baker to go on. Not everyone who starts with a promotion leaves with one. When it comes to tribalism in professional wrestling, people tend to forget that you want to see two promotions. This is a wrestling business, so you go where you are used and paid, not the other way around. If a promotion thrives or several continue to exist, it provides wrestlers, staff, announcers, and others with additional chances to pursue their art and earn the best possible salary. Britt Baker would be undoubtedly a great addition to the WWE roster, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown, and there's plenty of dream matches that she could have, and you can go down the list. One of which is at the top of my list that Tony KH could have done but did not do, which was Britt Baker versus Jake Hill. That was a huge missed opportunity in my opinion that I didn't do. But if you go down the WWE roster, whether it's the L.I. Morgans, the Rhea Ripley, the Bianca Belair, the Charlotte Flair, eventually Becky Lynch, or your Tiffany Stratton, or your Naomi, so many talent, so many dream matches that they can do with Britt Baker that it would make sense. I in fact believe that Britt Baker would be a bigger star in WWE than you. I think WWE's women's division is humming on all cylinders right now, and they're really starting to pick up the pace with the undercard talent, which rightfully so Triple H had been criticized about doing. He did not seem to get it under lock and key. Now he seems to be picking it up. Going to WWE from you would be a good move for Britt Baker. And I think it's something that she should strongly consider, considering where she's at right now, and you considering the fact that Tony KH has booked her in you. I don't know if she'll do it, but I definitely think it's something to consider. If you think Britt Baker should leave off for WWE, please let me know in the comments below. The women's tag team titles have never felt more important than when they were champions. Britt Baker fans, this is the news that you've been waiting for in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what that news is and why it's so significant, because Britt Baker is one of us biggest stars, despite the fact that Tony Khan doesn't know how to book her properly on a consistent basis. Going back to 2019, Britt Baker has been the person in the women's division when used, but unfortunately for her and unfortunately for her fan base, doesn't know how to book her very well, very inconsistent. She's on TV, she's of TV. She went on hiatus in 2023 before being sidelined with a legitimate medical situation. Now she's returned. She returned several months back at Forbidden Door, and they rightfully so went straight ahead with her to the biggest feud in my opinion that they could book, which was her and Mercedes Moné TBS Championship on the line for Forbidden Door. She made her return, setting up the stage for their epic Allen encounter. For the most part, they built her up very well, having her win matches on television, having her be a strong challenger and a legitimate threat to Mercedes Moné's TBS Championship.